श्री नृसिंह जय नृसिंह जय जय नृसिंहदेव प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृंग श्री नृसिंह जय नृसिंह जय जय नृसिंहदेव प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृंग श्री नृसिंह जय नृसिंह जय जय नृसिंहदेव प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृंग जय प्रह्लाद नृसिंह जय प्रह्लाद नृसिंह जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा शिल प्रभुपदा जय श्री श्री प्रह्लाद लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Nrsimhadev ki jai, Garuda Dev ki jai. Saki, Saki, Saki. Я забыл компьютер, может мне? Будь ласка, дякую. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yasoda Nandana Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunminitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Tam Srimat Krishna Chaitanya Devam Vande Jagadgurum Yasyanukampaya Shapi Mahavim Santaret Sukham. Also Chaitanya Charitamrita. My respectful obeisances to the Guru of the whole universe, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose grace, by whose mercy, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, a small dog can cross a big ocean happily and easily. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Björn Prabhu, can I maybe have the smaller one, because for the computer it's more convenient to have the smaller one. Thank you. One's advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on one's attitude. Yes, attitude. Correct. Of course, one's attitude depends on the amount of the rubber pie, Mahaprasadam rubber pie, rabarba kekse. You have rabarba kekse? Attitude is good, right? Mind is peaceful. Hopefully, right? Or you are very serious and tolerant. So that's why we are reading about the 6 items that help one's advancement. So this is text 3. A very beautiful text. As I already mentioned, we have almost the same text in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, only one word is different. So everybody has text 3? Let us chant. Utsahan nishchayan dharyad. Let's chant 3 times each line. Utsahan nishchayad dharyad. Utsahan nishchayad dharyad. Tatat karma pravartanad. Tatat karma pravartanad. Tatat karma pravartanad. Sangatyagat sato vrite. Sangatyagat sato vrite. Sangatyagat sato vrite. Shadbir bhakti prasidhyati. Shadbir bhakti prasidhyati. Shadbir bhakti prasidhyati. Wonderful. Yes. Okay, and let's read the... Actually, I was telling that it's easiest to remember everything in Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is short. All the other things are long. Yes. So utsaha. What means utsaha? Enthusiasm. Yes. Utsaha. Saha is also utsaha means courage. It's another interesting. So, like inspiration. Ut means up, going up, and saha means energy. Nishchaya. Nishchaya means confidence. Yes, being fixed and convinced that yes, we will do it. Dhairya. Patience. Yes. Dhairya is coming from the word dhira, and dhira means sober. Also fixed, like you are very steady. Okay, good. So these are the 3 attitudes: utsaha, nishchaya, and dharya. And now we have 3 practices that help. So tat karma pravartanat. So that means doing appropriate acts, doing what is prescribed. Yeah? Then sangha tyaga. Sangha means association, and tyaga, giving up. Yeah. So giving up some association or attachment that's not so maybe good. And sato vritte is acharyas, sadhus, saintly people, practitioners of the spiritual path, and vritti means behavior, acting like them. Okay. So following the saintly people, following the teachers. Yes. Okay, so let's read the English translation. Whoever has the English translation, let's read together. There are 6 principles favorable to the of pure devotional service. 1, being enthusiastic. 2, endeavoring with confidence. 3, being patient. 4, acting according to regulative principles. such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. 5. Abandoning the association of non-devotees. And 6. Following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. Hare Krishna, congratulations, now you know. Easy. Okay, questions. Okay, that you were quick enough. Yes, ask questions before we,
Tat karma. Why does Prabhupada translate tat karma as various activities favorable for devotional service? Where is devotional service mentioned in tat karma?
Tat means that, or as I said, appropriate. So the relevant activities or activities that are helpful, or prescribed. So in other words, not only, like sitting and being enthusiastic, or no, sitting and having confidence. Yes. But at least running a lecture, at least chanting Hare Krishna, at least doing some activity that also is connected with this. So literally means appropriate. So tat means appropriate. I don't even know if we have any exact equivalent in other languages. Means activities that are connected to the process of your advancement. The fact that these are devotional activities is evident from the last line where it says Shradbir Bhakti, from these 6 forms of activities, actions, or six practices, Bhakti prasidyati. Bhakti becomes perfect. Bhakti prasidyati. Yeah. The previous was Bhaktir vinashyati. Those 6 would destroy, and these 6 make it good. So from this it is evident that this is helpful. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika it says Shadbir yoga prasidyati. Shadbir yoga prasidyati. So therefore this is still a slightly general, slightly generic recommendation. But because Rupa Goswami is interested in Radhakund and not just some generic yoga practice, he wants the perfection of yoga, the highest yoga. So that's why he puts bhakti, and this is why Srila Prabhupada says regulative principles, and then in the square brackets he clarifies regulative principles doesn't mean like just negative, like stop smoking and stop eating meat, even though that's certainly important. But when we say regulative principles, these are the practices, like the 9 practices of bhakti. 9 practices of bhakti, as we will see. So he expands Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing, chanting, remembering. So these activities, 64 activities, 64 practices of bhakti. Is it okay? Björn?
My question is number 4. What is the Sanskrit word for number 4? What is?
Tat karma pravartanat. Pravartanat is developing, and developing. What else? Other synonym, like expanding. Yeah. So improving, perfecting. I mean, pra is similar to pravriti, that you expanding these activities. And karma is action, and tat karma, activities that are in this line. Okay? Okay, so that's the third recommendation here. How to attain perfection. We have heard about the beginning of this path. So the path begins in the heart. So what is the beginning of this path here? 6 urges. Thank you. Not identify with the flow. Yes. Not identify do not identify with these 6 currents. 6 hungers. In other words, obviously, a person cannot stop them just like this immediately, and it's not even required. You just should understand that I'm not the tongue. I think this is the symbol of the Rolling Stones, right? The tongue? So, I'm not the tongue. Even though the tongue may be very strong. And I can put, the rubber. I get already, yes. Rabarba pie offered to Sri Narasimhadev, and then the tongue will become nice. The tongue will become pacified. Okay, yes, very good. One who can tolerate these, not identify, and direct them towards Krishna. Not identify with anger, not thinking I should be angry. And then avoiding 6 toxic poisons or 6 dangerous plants on the path, which can harm our progress, which can poison us on this path. Which is your favorite, or which is your worst challenge? Overeating, unnecessary prajalpa talk, association, unfavorable association, or greed for the 3 things not connected to Krishna. Okay, let's do a little exercise. You look at this verse number 2 and choose your poison. That's what they tell you in the bar. I know, as far as I know. Yeah, what's your poison, right? So what's your poison? What's your worst poison that you think you? There are different ways to choose your poison. Let's say which of these 6 poisons in verse 2 do you think is the worst challenge? That if you manage to deal with this one, you will, if you manage somehow to not be stopped by this particular poison, you will advance very nicely. So can you, everybody, please look and choose one for yourself. So prajalpa, association, greed, overeating, over-endeavoring. So please choose one. Everybody has chosen? Anybody needs more time? You have? No? You have the book? Okay. You were reciting the verse today, the 3rd verse from memory. You learned the 3rd verse?
Yeah, I just
Nice. So otherwise you have, okay? So
for being greedy for worldly possessions, is this also about like the desire for fame or something like this?
yeah, this is the subtle one.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is also
It's the subtle form of material success.
okay.
Gross is money, subtle is fame.
I'm just thinking, when you live in a temple, you can't say like associations. Like
Well, you have this, little device that you can associate with the whole world, reading all kinds of horrible things. I mean, we have to know the news, maybe, in general, but sometimes we can associate too much, maybe. Okay, so everybody has. So now, let us all, I will say Hare Krishna, and let us all in one voice. You have in Sanskrit? Everybody has in Sanskrit? Hattest du eine Frage oder war das schon eine Antwort? Frage oder Antwort? Antwort, okay. So let's, I will say Hare Krishna, and let's all say this one thing that you have selected in Sanskrit in one voice all together. different things. I hope everybody is going to have different things. Wait, I should also choose. But then but I have a mic, and then everybody will know what's. Huh? I don't have, yeah? Oh, Saki Sevaka says, I don't have obstacles. Okay, good. Sorry. Thank you, Saki Sevaka. That's very kind of you. Okay, so I'll say Hare Krishna, and we'll all say one. Your personal, which you think is your main. I'll say Hare Krishna. I say just Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Love. Okay, one more time. Hare Krishna. Love. Nice. Okay, so we had a Sanskrit. It was Shastra, right? It was Shastra. So we have different things. We see it's also nice. We are all different. In this connection, let me announce the topic for the essay. So if you can please give me the essay by Friday, let's say Friday 7 p.m. I mean for the Bhakti Sastri certificate, this part. So the topic of the essay will be some personal experience of how you were able to overcome some challenge in devotional service. So maybe one of these 6. So if you can connect one of these 6 from verse 1, or one of the 6 from verse 2, and maybe your experience, how you were able to overcome a certain challenge in devotional service. Yes. Maybe something from the following verses, maybe some challenge in terms of interactions with other devotees. Like,
does it have to be one of these 6 poisons? Or?
No. This is what I'm saying. Either 6 urges or 6 poisons, or you didn't like to do 6 exchanges. Like 1 page, 400 or 500 words, 1 A4, either written or typed, and you can.
Like it in English or German?
English is okay, German is okay, Ukrainian is okay, Russian is okay. Which other languages do we need? Which? Slovak. Okay, Slovak is okay. Yeah, it's okay. Can write. Yes. Which else? Any other languages we need? Slovenian, Croatian is okay. Polish is very good. Hebrew, no. Sorry, I don't know. Unless you can work. Spanish. Yeah, you can do Spanish. No, he Okay. So please think about this. I think it's a nice topic, right? Some experience. And for me, it's very interesting. When I first tried, it's not theoretical. It's something that, and I think all of us already have some experience, some difficulty that we had, and how which part of devotional service helped. And then it's very interesting to see. For somebody it was Shastra, for somebody it was Kirtan, for somebody it was devotee association, for somebody it was the deity. So it's very interesting how, what it is that gives you a certain boost in devotional service. Okay, so I will be waiting to see this. Good. Any questions? All right. Yes. Oh yes, yes. I will send today. I will upload also in all the languages today. I will upload, and meaning these will be the questions for the exam. From these questions, the exam will be like sometimes slightly different. Like for example, there will be a question. What are the 5? What is the hierarchy of the 5 holy places? Vaikuntha, Mathura, Vrindavan, and Govardhan, and Radhakund, right? And then there will be the question could be, what is the top, or why Radhakunda is named the top holy place? This is from the same question bank. All right. So 3 urges, 3 poisons, and these are the 3 healing herbs, 3 magical potions. Zaubertrunk. Yeah. So some, like you drink a cup of enthusiasm in devotional service, and all problems are solved. Or you drink the cup of confidence, and everything is wonderful in your spiritual life. Magical potions. So they are like magical potions, or you go associate with devotees, like Ramanujacharya said. If you have tried everything, you have made all the effort, and still you were not able to overcome some difficulty, then just go to the company of the Lord's devotees and just sit there, just be with them. And sometimes this in itself works some magic. Sometimes devotees will ask you, you look somewhat sad, what's up? And you say, oh, I have this and this. Oh, you can do like this and like this. And then you do this, and all success and wonderful, the new horizons are opening. Devotees' blessings are extremely powerful, extremely powerful. And Gopi Purandana Prabhu was saying that in our society, every member of our ISKCON society is entitled to give blessings. Okay, alles klar? All clear? So that's a very good practice to collect blessings. Okay, so we have 3 attitudes, 3 subtle things: enthusiasm, then confidence or conviction, nishchaya, conviction, and then we have dhairya, patience, or being adhira, being unshakable. Yes, or imperturbable. There is this beautiful word, imperturbable. Imperturbable. Yeah. Unberührt bleiben. Unverrückbar. Yeah, yes. So that's also possible, It says that in the 10th canto, just like mountains under the heavy rain and storm and torrents only become cleaner and are not shaken, in the same way, devotees in difficulties only become more clean in their heart. So the difficulties devotees are taking as Krishna's mercy and as a test for growth, a test for growing. We know that things of this world are temporary and bhakti is eternal. So enthusiasm is mentioned. Prabhupada gives a nice definition here. Enthusiasm means action, and then he says, okay, so that's a very famous quote. This is far into the text. Okay, so we have 1 quote, 2nd quote, 3rd quote, and after this 3rd quote, the next endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha, or enthusiasm. Endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness. That's the 4th page. Endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha, or enthusiasm. Did you find it? Have you found it? Can you please, auf Deutsch, can you please read? You have this in German? Yes.
Endeavor executed with
No, this is
intelligence.
in English, but in German? It says Utsaha. Yeah, let me. Yes.
Hast du? Lies mal vor.
Wie fängt's an?
Hast du gefunden?
Stadion.
Jai Shri Shri Prabhu Lakshmi Simhadev Bhagavan Ki.
Joy.
Dieses hier. Lies mal vor.
Hast du gefunden?
Sich mit Intelligenz im Krishna-Bewusstsein zu bemühen, nennt man Utsaha oder Begeisterung. Die Gottgeweihten wissen, alles im Dienst des Herrn zu benutzen. Nibanda Krishna Sambande Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate.
Good. Thank you. Okay, very good. So you see, endeavor, intelligence, and Krishna consciousness. So some endeavor is there, intelligence is there, Krishna consciousness is there. Now the big question is how to get enthusiasm. Where do you get enthusiasm? It has many answers. That's, yes, and association, yes, so let's find some enthusiastic person. Okay, where do we get, okay, here's an enthusiasm, give me enthusiasm. Okay, how else? Hear from them. Hear, sir, okay. Huh? Bucha, yes? Work hard. Yes.
Do something you like.
Do something you like, yeah. So find something that's according to your nature. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, fake it till you make it. Famous. Fake it, прикидайся, поки досягнеш, поки не досягнеш щось таке. Fake it till you make it, yes. Something else was there? Yes, prasadam, yes! Of course. That's certainly good sadhana. So in general, you can see it's a big field. Many things are there. First of all, it's good to keep good health. So many of our problems are just imbalance. Like not having balanced food, not having balanced work and rest, and like the morning japa begins from the evening rest. And even probably even before, how much did I eat in the evening? Right? And did I go to bed early enough to get enough rest? And then, everything all together. That's how the morning japa begins. And then even before, did I quarrel with other devotees? Did I quarrel or did I make friends with other devotees so that during my japa will I think, oh, he said this and she said this, so I should say like this, right? That's why also for yoga you have to begin with ahimsa, with non-violence and kindness. So it's a big field. Then make effort, right? Not just lie, do nothing, right? Make effort, good effort. Then it comes in the course of your good, proper effort. So Prabhupada says endeavor. There's endeavor. But also endeavor made with intelligence. Endeavor made with intelligence. When Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj was asked about this, he said, if you have a clear goal, specific goal, if you know what you want, not like abstract. What do we want? Krishna Prema. What is Krishna Prema? I don't know. What do you want? I want to improve my japa. How will your improved japa look like? I don't know. Right? So if I know that my japa will be that after 2 rounds I'll be fully absorbed, or after 3 rounds, or I will be inspired and not sleepy to hear the sound, or I will chant with the devotees and listen. I will hear the syllables, the sweet syllables, or as I hear, then my voice will catch, or after 5 rounds. Okay, or I will spontaneously begin remembering something about Krishna, Krishna's form, or Krishna's Radha Krishna. So, if I know what I want and how I want, then there is naturally a desire arising. A natural desire is arising. Usually, in this place, that's about specific goals. Usually, I give the example of Niranjana Swami giving answers to the brahmacharis who are asking, "Should I marry?" You know his criterion? It's a famous. Do you remember what I did? You know this? So it's a question that often arises. So his criterion, he's asking, what color is her sari? If he says whose sari, then maybe okay. Maybe he should just be more fixed and try a little more. But if he says blue, then that's a completely different game. So they know this in advertisement. They don't just give you something abstract. They give you, okay, this new phone has something, 7 inches of something, or it has 3 teraflops of speed, or it has half a terabyte of, or 2 terabytes of something. They have to give you some number, and you think, oh my God, this phone has 2 terabytes of space, and my phone has only 1.7. Oh, I need a new phone, right? If you get some specific detail, then there is something to desire. If it's just otherwise, why do you need something different? So specific is good. So the same with enthusiasm. If you have some specific, that's why we read these books. If we learn about Krishna, read about Krishna, we can be attracted. But also, as I said, utsaha can mean also courage. Be bold. If you act with boldness, right? Bravery, boldness, courage. So utsaha means basically courage. Because a couple of days ago, Sakisevaka asked me, what's the difference between boldness and courage? Courage and bravery. Bold or courage. So courageous is somebody who gets scared and then overcomes the fear and acts. Right? Not just he has no fear. He gets fear, which is okay. Having fear, this saves you from, you should not be foolhardy. You should not be a fool. Getting fear is intelligent. But when you can rise above the fear and move forward, then that's courage. So utsaha means, it doesn't mean that we have no difficulties. We have difficulties, but we can master our courage, they say. Gather some strength and move forward, knowing why and where, and then the new energy comes in the process oftentimes. Any questions? Huh? Oh yes. Yeah. It's a very beautiful. Thank you. It's a beautiful etymology in Greek. En means inside, and theo means God. So when God sort of enters in your heart, then you are enthused. Enthusiasm. You get enthusiasm, inspired. Yes. Okay. Now patience. Srila Prabhupada gives 2 examples. A girl who wants a child in marriage, and so Prabhupada says, well, just wait. It may take some time. I think there is some study that perfectly healthy couples may have to wait I think something like 8 years. Like everything is perfectly healthy, but still may take time before they have children. And the second example, who has read? Who remembers? Or the first example Prabhupada is giving?
Summer or something. Just it is quoted by to have the confidence when we practice Bhakti with it.
Yeah, they might.
That we can achieve everything by practicing Bhakti Yoga. I don't know if it
We accomplish everything. Okay, this is the good famous quote here. Yes. Yes, but he also gives the example of patience. So that's faith. What you speak about is faith. Shraddha Shabde Vishvaskohe Sudrida Nishchay. Very nice quote given. I think this is given not in this purport. Is it in this purport? It's a Chaitanya Charitamrita. That faith is being convinced that by bhakti everything is achieved. But here about patience. After enthusiasm, the next paragraph, he speaks about patience. And he gives one example about the newly married. And before that, he speaks about another example.
before the example of being married.
Yes. Himself. Srila Prabhupada says, indeed, this Krishna consciousness, it's after this enthusiasm, the next paragraph, the second sentence. Indeed, this Krishna consciousness movement was started single-handedly. And in the beginning, there was no response. Did you find this? It's after this. So himself, Srila Prabhupada gives himself as the example. But because we continued to execute our devotional activities with patience, people gradually began to understand the importance of this movement, and now they are eagerly participating. Did you find it? Here is this quote about enthusiasm, endeavor, and the next one is patience. Huh? So, himself. You can see that Srila Prabhupada had plan A, plan B, plan C. His plan A, what was Prabhupada's plan A? Yes, become a billionaire, exactly. Thank you. That was his plan A. Because the astrologers told him, you will be super rich. So his idea was, okay, let me do the work, engage in business, make money, and then he opened the Prayag temple, big temple. He sponsored the Bombay Mutt. He didn't wait. He started printing the Back to Godhead magazine. So he thought, okay, maybe I can sponsor Krishna consciousness all over the world. But did it work at that time? No. Okay. What was his plan B after that? Before the Bhagavatam. The Back to Godhead magazine, right? He was going and distributing the magazine. And did people join? No. Okay, plan B, somebody promised him the club in Jhansi, didn't work. Then, he was, you may know, he was asking the Indians he was preaching to, please give me one son. You have 8 sons, so give me one son, you know. Not, you have 8, give me one. Nobody, I will train and he will help me. Nobody wanted to give him, not a single. Now, you know, I go to any temple, like I remember I went to Radha Ananda Vallabha. This is Radha Vallabh Gera. This is a small, beautiful temple inside. And the pujari says, hey, take my son, train him and let him travel with you. And no, what will I do? I don't know. Don't give me a son. I don't know what to do with your son. Yes, but Prabhupada was asking, and nobody wanted to give him any. Basically, he had like 1.5 disciples. Yeah, I say 1.5 because it seems there were 2, but we know only the name of the one, Acharya Prabhakar. The other one we are not sure who. So maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. So I'm saying 1.5. So that was plan C, right? Then the Bhagavatam, he went to the USA. What else? That was plan C. What was plan A, B, C, D? Plan D. USA was plan D? Plan K. He went to Butler, Pennsylvania, and he went to some universities doing some lectures, to the yoga club, doing some lectures. Did it work? No. So plan D didn't work. Plan D or E. Basically, plan A failed. Plan B failed. Plan C failed. Plan D failed. Plan E failed. Did Prabhupada give up? No. So it was like, the seventh plan that worked. He was just, speaking to some flower power hippies, and then suddenly, boom, and it took off. Prabhupada just wouldn't give up. He would not give up. He would continue, and then sometimes we think, Prabhupada was empowered, of course, it's nice to be like Prabhupada. But when you read, how much courage and enthusiasm and patience he invested, you can see this is very, very special, very amazing. Why it didn't work at once? Well, I should play Krishna, right? Now I should say Krishna's plan. Why it didn't work? I don't know. What are your ideas? Why it didn't work at once? Govinda. Otherwise, no fun.
Sometimes it says that when we see the example of great struggle, it's very inspiring for us. So it glorifies their courage, like the Pandavas also.
Yeah, the Pandavas are similar. So I understand, like the Pandavas and other great devotees, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, some other devotees, they actually went through the life and difficulties like we go through life ourselves. So they show, because otherwise, if Prabhupada just snapped his fingers and whoom, everything happened, then you would say, of course, he can do anything. He's Prabhupada, right? That's such a frequent argument. Of course, he's Prabhupada. Of course, they are special acharyas. Of course, they are super something. But no, they actually undergo all they show the example how a devotee can go through this struggle sincerely and show this spirit of utsaha, nishay and daryat and prevail, win the wonderful service for Krishna. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss the formula of pure bhakti. And maybe you can think of some other examples of Prabhupada illustrating in Srila Prabhupada's life, how Srila Prabhupada illustrates all of these freedom from the six urges, freedom from the six poisons, and manifests the six good practices that bring to success, that create success in bhakti and in spiritual life. From your own reading of Prabhupada Lilamrita, hearing what you know. Okay, and which of the three, utsaha, nishchaya or dharya, enthusiasm, nishchaya, confidence, conviction, or dharya, patience, tolerance, steadiness, which of these three you need personally to improve your practice now? Huh? Of the three, pick one. Which is more important for you now? Enthusiasm? Yeah, everybody will say, of course, but did everybody pick enthusiasm or patience? Either enthusiasm or patience or um, confidence of being convinced. So everybody has one? Decide.
Nishchayat can also be translated as determination.
Determination, yes. Determination, confidence, nishchaya, yes. It's close. It's similar. Basically, it means it's conviction, being convinced. Nishchaya. It's complete conviction. It's one of the functions of intelligence also. All three are connected to intelligence. Okay, so now fix this mood or attitude in your mind, enthusiasm or confidence or patience, and with this mood, in this mood, let us chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So tomorrow's japa, you chant, you remember to bring this mood to your japa, okay? At least several times. Okay? Yes.
Hast du geredet davon, dass die Schwierigkeiten, das ist einfach Gnade von Krishna. Aber kann man so nennen auch die Anhaftungen? Wenn wir seid auch etwas angehaftet, ja, und wir machen immer wieder die gleichen Fehler, kann man darauf auch so schauen, dass es einfach eine Gnade ist von Krishna?
Okay, so the question is, we say that the difficulties are Krishna's mercy, but isn't this also a result of our attachments? Couldn't this be the same attachment creating difficulties? I'm just übersetze das. Ja? Yes. For a devotee, everything that happens in your life already is Krishna's mercy. It may be sometimes a bitter. There are two kinds of mercy. Two kinds of mercy. One kind is sweet, and the other kind is bitter. But bitter is also a mercy. Kind of mercy. It helps. It helps us to advance. So for a devotee, nothing is accidental. For a devotee, everything Krishna is. For non-devotees, it's impersonal reaction from the three modes. But for a devotee, Krishna looks and he watches very closely how to orchestrate this very carefully. Yes. So one way to see this is to also thank Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Find how. Does it happen? Do you have this experience that after some time you see the difficulty and you see, oh, actually this was Krishna's arrangement? Do you have this experience that when you have the difficulty, it's tough, but after some time you look, oh no, it was actually something good came out of it. That was a blessing. Yeah? So our goal is to reduce this time to 3 seconds. That immediately we see that this was mercy. Yes?
Und so soll ich darauf so schauen, dass es ist nicht meine Dummheit, aber es ist eigentlich die Gnade, ja, von Krishna.
By this.
Beides, ja. Okay.
Is it my foolishness, or that we shouldn't see this as my foolishness, but this is Krishna's mercy? It can be both. But when I see this as Krishna's mercy, that's already, I become very intelligent. When I say, thank you, Krishna, that's super intelligent. In the beginning, I can say, thank you, Krishna. But that's already intelligent. That's already, I'm trying. Okay, so this is 8:06. Time is ticking. So officially, you can continue to your on your path to your beds. But if you want to discuss, we can still discuss for a few more minutes. Otherwise, we continue tomorrow 7:45. And don't forget to chant with enthusiasm or patience or confidence. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavata patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namaha. But if you want to discuss a little more, then we can discuss. Björn, Prabhu, you had said?
Genau, dann hast du die Herausforderung.
Yes.
I was thinking now myself, what actually is, like how we can...
Criticize or not criticize?
Yeah, what is criticism? At which point we criticize somebody, or like to say, because today I hear one Prabhu, he said to say the truth is not criticism, but can you maybe explain on this point?
Today I was in the garden, we were in the garden, and there are like 2 blocks, you know, and between the blocks we are removing the weeds.
Uh-huh.
So between the blocks there's like this much space. And I'm telling him, man, you know, like if there were a little bit more space, you know, so you can not damage the other field. And he's like, Prabhu, we made a promise that we shouldn't like, how is this criticism?
Criticize is to...
Not personal, no? About somebody else, that's what you meant.
we can even criticize not only persons, but even things. If you criticize things, you may have this experience. Something doesn't work, and I curse, and I become angry, right? Sometimes. It's also criticism. It can be a criticism. So I would say that the acceptable criticism is when it is within your duties. Either, I remember when I joined as a brahmachari, we had the list of Bhakti Charu Swami's 45 Vaishnava etiquette items, and number 31 was that you can criticize only your children and your disciples. I was 19, no children, so I read and I have no disciples and I have no children. So who I can criticize? And I can't criticize anybody. I was shocked. But a teacher, you can criticize your workers. If you give tasks, that's your duty. A teacher, that will be that's also your duty. If you're marking some answer, you have to say this is correct and this is not correct. And children, you have to train, right? In other words, or if you are pulling the weeds and you organize, then maybe this is also your duty. Otherwise, how does it help? It can be true. This is what Prabhupada says in 1715. He says, the teacher can agitate his students, the mind, but he should be careful not to agitate the mind of those who are not his students. So before criticizing, you can ask, you can say, Prabhu, can you please agree to be my student for 5 minutes? And if they say yes, okay, then you can criticize. And if not, then okay.
But what about like temple president,
That's his, that's your duty also. But again, how much does it help? And also, there is a whole science, like you criticize not publicly. If you criticize publicly, that's like humiliation. If you criticize privately, you feel, oh yeah, that's for my improvement. And again, it's an interesting exercise in general. Criticize? No, don't criticize the exercise. Hare